I recently went to dinner with some family and they started like questioning me about what I've been up to, what I'm doing, you know, getting kind of some shade about the medication. And, you know, it's gotten to the point where I don't care. You know, I do not care at all. Okay. I feel healthy. I feel great. If you think it's poison, God bless you in your ministry. I really, if this is what poison does, put it inside me. It's a crazy thought, but people still very much have that perspective about GLP-1s. Hi friends. Hey Turtle fam. It's me. I'm back. It's been a while. And I just decided to do a little chit chat with you guys because honestly, I have been ghosting you. And for that, I sincerely apologize. Ghosting was not intentional, but I did say that in this upcoming season that I would be a little quiet. But I think that it's been a month or so and thought I'd just come back, check in with you guys. Really curious to see how you're doing on your journeys. If you don't know me, if you've never met me, my name is Sweet Tea. I'm a singer on a weight loss journey using a GLP-1 medication and using, I mean, to be frank, a lot of other tools to try to get the weight off. Yeah, so again, I have been pretty transparent with you about sort of why I stopped recording and why I have sort of gone quiet on y'all. I know some of you know that I'm having some health issues. I have surgery next week, and that is coming up. And I figured, man, if I don't say anything now, it might be weeks before I can say something again. So yeah, I'm just coming back in to check in with you guys ahead of my surgery and tell you kind of like where my weight is at and what's been going on and see how you're doing. Check in with you. So this is just a chit chat video. It is nothing formal. It really is like your girl coming to you to find out how y'all been doing this summer. And you know, the summer, let's talk about the summer because I'm in LA and you know, we have some of the best weather in the country. I acknowledge that, okay? But hot is hot. Hot is hot and heat affects how you eat, how you exercise, how much water you drinking. So how y'all doing with these 90-degree temperatures? And some of you live in very humid climates. How we doing? How we doing? It has been, you know, interesting for me. I have just gotten back from Philadelphia on a travels job, and boy, it was like 90 degrees with 90% humidity. That's why my hair looks like this. I'm still recovering. I can't believe you guys live like that. Oh my goodness. In LA here, we have like nice dry heat and dry sort of feeling weather. And so yeah, I traveled to Philadelphia last week. I ate cheesesteaks, Philadelphia's cheesesteaks, 3 times. Yeah, because I had to try the different variations of cheesesteaks. That was fun. Before that, I've been working quite a bit and also preparing for a hysterectomy, which I told you guys in my last video was coming up soon. Well, it's next week. Yeah, it's right around the corner. Sounds like it's going to be pretty straightforward, outpatient, same day, laparoscopic, so very like non-invasive as possible. And I think it's going to resolve a lot of my low energy issues and anemia issues and, you know, all the other issues that come along with fibroids and the results of that. So I'm kind of excited about it. I will be taking some time off work, so probably you'll see me back in the lives chatting it up with y'all because I'll be back home. And looking for some of the community to hang out with. So I'm looking forward to that because it's been a real busy summer. So how are y'all doing? What's going on? Have you been meeting your goals? Have you been feeling discouraged about weight loss? I honestly have not been very focused on the weight loss of it all. I do weigh in every other day. And I always try to weigh at least weekly when I'm traveling. Recently did try Lipo-C, which I loved it. Let's talk about it. I don't know that it really got my weight moving at all, but it really definitely gave me a lot of energy. And I know that some of us do struggle with fatigue and things like that. And I believe it has 3 different, sort of energy boosting supplements that really help with that. So something to consider. I enjoyed it. I took it for about a month. When was that, July? Yeah, I took it in July. And yeah, it was good. It gave me a lot of energy and helped me to be able to get through a busy work week and travel and do all the things, not, be sleeping in meetings and things like that, I have kept to my my walking goals, which I'm pretty proud of. And honestly, the walking goal, I kind of feel like that's the bare minimum of activity. If I hit my walking goal for the day, I really do feel accomplished. The other thing I do is strength train. I still do love the YouTube videos, Mr. and Mrs. Muscle, or Juice and Toya workouts. Those are great and they're easy. They're a half hour. I can get it done and then keep going with my life. I enjoy it. And I really like that I'm starting to feel stronger, which is cool. So yeah, the Juice and Toya workouts, I'm really enjoying those. And what else? Eating. I'm on 15 milligrams and I haven't really talked so much about 15. It's an interesting dose. I see why we wanted to avoid getting to it. Let's just put it that way. I see why we just was oh, once you get to 15, that's it. I'm also on a compounded medication. So, I'll be transparent. I think that depending on what pharmacy you are getting your medication from, I'm sure this isn't an issue if you're on branded Tirzepatide. I think that's probably very consistent. How it reacts. I think on compound, depending on if it's mixed with a B12 or in an AD or something like that, your 15 strength might be different, right? And so I would consider that if your 15 milligram compound dose also has some other component in it, make sure that you're still getting a 15 milligram dose, because upon inspection, I think I was getting more like a 13.5 dose for a while until I asked a lot of questions, because that other 2 milligrams was like a B12 or a, you know what I mean? So do the math. Have your conversations is all I'm saying. So once I discovered that, I started doing 16.5, which after talking to my pharmacy is an actual 15 milligram dose. And yeah, food noise started to be less of an issue. Fatigue started to be more of an issue, but I mentioned that the Lipo-C really helped with that. Felt really good. Have I lost a ton of weight? I mean, we can get into that. I have lost, but I would say that based on kind of the parameters of what a stall is, yeah, I'm still in a stall, guys. Yeah, no, still in a stall. Yeah, weight hasn't moved enough in the past month or so to say that I'm not still very much in a stalled position. Now, do I look and feel good? Yeah, girl, we have talked about that. I look and feel great. And every time I go traveling, I feel so tiny on the airplane. I feel all little in the airplane. Girl, I don't ever sit by the window. I had 2 window seats, plenty of room. Didn't even squish the lady in the center. And so life-wise, I definitely feel the benefits of having lost over 55 pounds on this medication. It's been pretty life-changing, and I would I would do it over again, I recently went to dinner with some family, and they started like questioning me about what I've been up to, what I'm doing, getting kind of some shade about the medication. And, it's gotten to the point where I don't care. I do not care at all. Okay. I feel healthy. I feel great. If you think it's poison, God bless you in your ministry. If this is what poison does, put it inside me. It's a crazy thought, but people still very much have that perspective about GLP-1s. They refuse to research it. I think mainly because access is limited, and you probably have to work very hard to be serious about it. And it isn't just take the shot and lose. It does require you to make changes for your life. It does require you to get active. It does require something from you. I think people would rather just demonize it than, take it and have to work hard. That's just my assessment. If you disagree, throw it in the comments. I'm super happy to have the chat, but yeah, haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. And so I do have some friends that have been very supportive. They know how I've struggled with my weight throughout my life, and they're really happy for me, like genuinely, And no, it's not for them or whatever the case is, but they're happy that I'm not suffering anymore. So those are the people who are, very important. And it feels good to know that there are people who aren't gonna shade you for making your life better. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So anyway, my weight. Let's get into it, because this is not going to be a long chat. I started my journey at 280 pounds. I started taking compounded Tirzepatide in late May of 2024. It is now, over a year. I can't think of how many weeks. No, I do know the number of weeks. It's 64 weeks. And that might not line up to the calendar, because there have been times where I only count weeks where I took the medication. I have had to not take it due to a colonoscopy. I actually can't take it at the moment because I have surgery next week. So I'm skipping my shot for today. I'm skipping my shot next week. So I literally only count the weeks that I have taken the medication. Some of you might not do it that way, but my chart is the chart. Okay. I can't mess up the chart after a year and almost 2 years of tracking this. So I can't mess the chart up, guys. Sorry. This is just how I do it. So I'm in week 64, and I'm down to 223.5. So I've shaved off a little more weight. I don't even know where I was. Maybe I was at 225 or something like that the last time we talked. I'm still in the 220s though, and was really hoping by 1 year to hit 200, and I just didn't happen. 2 years, I would love to hit 200 or get into Wonderland. I don't know. I don't know. I can't say if that's going to happen or not, the weight has really slowed down. So the weight loss has really slowed down. And as I said, I've got to get healthy. I've got to get this surgery. So I can't put all the focus on it at the moment. I do still really eat healthy. I still maintain like the systems that I've had in place. I don't track as much, but I still eat the foods that I used to track, if that makes sense. When I'm traveling, I really try to stick to 1 meal a day and snacks. That helps. And yeah, just doing all the supplements that I have come to know help me stay regular, Mago 7, and taking a multivitamin and making sure I do my electrolytes. I mean, all the things you hear on this here YouTube, I still do all that. Okay, I'm not going to stop anything that has helped me get to this point. I'm going to keep trudging along with everything that I learned. You know, I'm not going to stop doing anything I learned, including movement, supplements, weighing yourself, you know, eating great, healthy, whole grain foods and not like fast foods, you know. So yeah, I'm doing all that. I'm still doing it. I'm still here with you guys. Again, sorry I'm not like as active on the interwebs, but yeah, just focused on life and health and survival of the summer heat. So how are you doing? What's going on with you? I'm curious to know, you know, if you guys are feeling good and motivated. I definitely have seen a lot of videos on mental health and burnout and that sort of thing. And I love that we're talking about this. I really do. I love that we're having these conversations because I have recently thought to myself, maybe my mental health and some of my discouragement is just attached to sort of like having to face health challenges in the midst of everything else going on, just kind of feeling overwhelmed by my situation, and not even really contributing it to weight loss or the medication. You know, I haven't really tried to put those things together because I've been actually very encouraged by taking the meds. But yeah, I have a therapist. She's great. We meet once a month, and I think her overall like message to me is to really like celebrate all of what I've accomplished when you start to get discouraged. Do things for yourself, self-care things that make you remember how far you've come. And every time she says that, she's absolutely right. You know, like getting a few new clothes. You know, I don't know that I can't afford to replace my whole wardrobe, but a few little clothing items that like are smaller. I think I'm in like an XL right now. I've never been in an extra. I haven't been in an extra large since I was like a teenager, you know? So like buying something off the rack that's extra large, it's just like so encouraging. It makes me so happy, you know? So yeah, just doing little things to, self-care has always been my thing with you guys. I tell you, you know, get the skincare, get the mask, get the collagen mask, do the red light therapy, girl. Go get the massage. You know, that's me. I do that all day. If I start getting depressed and wanting to eat, girl, I will make me an appointment and go get in a hot tub somewhere. I will. I sure will. I will hang up the phone, close the laptop, and go get rubbed on by a professional masseuse. Every time it does the trick. It does the trick every time. Okay. So, but I'm glad we're having the conversation. You know what I mean? I'm glad we're starting to talk about, especially those of us who have been on this medicine for over a year, just kind of been doing it for a long time. Maybe we haven't reached our goals. We haven't, lost the weight we expected to lose. And I'm in that category, because this is the Turtle Diaries. I have been it's even gotten slower in this second year. And there has to be other things that fill my cup besides seeing big numbers on the scale. So I encourage you to have other things that fill your cup. I really do think that once I heal from my surgery, it is a 6 week, at least 6 weeks of healing to expect. And a lot of my friends say you're really not 100% for another 3 months. Yeah, I'm believing God for a shorter timeline. I'm not going to lie to you. But if that's what it is, then that's what it is. Um, but I think I have to take care of myself first, and then I'm going to get back probably at the top of the year, in January, and recalibrate what I'm doing. I'm going to go back to being way more, kind of, I guess, disciplined, and probably meet with a nutritionist at that point and get a DEXA scan, to just sort of see where I'm at after having had like surgery and recovery. I want to kind of know like where I am on a health scale before I tried to start forcing my body to lose weight. All of my doctors have said, if you are on a weight loss journey and then you go into like a surgical medical situation, be gentle. Okay, especially if you're a woman, because you don't want your body to freak out. So I'm doing that. I'm being gentle. I'm being gentle, y'all. Gentle. That is the message. So yeah, that's my chit chat. I said it was gonna be a short chat, but you know me, just start running my mouth. So it's probably a longer chat than we expected. But I miss you guys, and again, I'll be, in the chats and checking in on you. But tell me how you're doing. How are you? How you feeling? Your girl Sweet Tea wants to know. Yeah, and I'll be here. I'm not gonna post again for a while. You probably see me post hysterectomy, and I'll talk to you about like maybe like where I'm at then, and then how, what kind of activities I can do. Many of you in the comments said you've been through this, and many of you gave me great advice. And so I just want to sincerely thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you to Mel B, who called me on the phone to share her experience with hysterectomy, and even offered to chat with me about HRT and consider those resources. So I thank you, Mel B. The Mel B. You're the best. Yeah, I'll see y'all in the interwebs. And yeah, God bless you on your weight loss journey. And whether you're using a GLP-1 or not, this is a journey. It is a marathon, not a sprint. And so I wish you many, many blessings on your marathon. Don't give up. Just keep pushing forward. I am, for sure. And I will come back to you with an update soon. All right. Love you guys. God bless. I got to figure out the song of the day, guys. The song of the month. The song of the week. No, the month. It's the song of the month. It's summer, okay? And I'm like, I'm going through all my summer playlists because the summer playlist is popping. Okay, that's the other thing to keep your like life motivated. Music. Okay, there are songs that can pull you right up out of a pit. Okay, all right. Make a playlist, y'all. Make sure your playlist is on point. You know what I'm saying? Like that really does help. Okay, I'm just gonna. This song is good. It happened the moment. Hey, oh yeah, Maxwell. When you were revealed. That's a good summer song. 'Cause you were a dream that you should not have been. A fantasy real. You gave me this beating babe. This rhythm inside. Hey, you made me feel good and feel nice and feel loved. Gave me paradise. So shouldn't I realize? Y'all singing with me? You're the highest of the high. Hey, if you don't know, then I'll say it. So don't ever wonder. Don't ever tell me how long. Doo-doo. How long it's gonna take to hear you speak, babe? 'Cause I can't live my life without you here by my side. Woo, woo, woo. That's a good summer song. I'm being silly. Maxwell. He'll cheer you up. Okay. I love you guys. I hope you're doing well. Tell me how you are in the comments. Bye.